welcome back. It is me, Cyber Warrior. This is Cyber Warrior Studios. Right there, right there. And it is Tech Tuesday, and it's been a while. I know it's been a while since I have been able to do Tech Tuesday videos, but I've made some changes. I've got some things figured out. So there's some stuff I want to go over. So today what I'm going to talk about is actually Windows Commando. Now I did do a blog post recently, and that'll be down in the description on how to install it and exactly what it is. But I'm going to take you through a video of what it is. And hopefully seeing this, you'll get a better understanding of why it's something worth using. So going forward, understand that yes, I am a huge advocate for Linux. I've used Kali when I first, Backtrack when I first got started. Kali Linux, ParrotSec, Parrot Home, Arch Linux, and Black Arch, I think it was called, and a few other distributions. And yes, I love Linux. It is my go-to up until I started doing more and more videos. Windows is just a little easier, or Mac just because of GPU utilization, and I don't feel like doing the research to fix my graphics card on a Linux distro. So here we are. But needless to say, let's get into it. So what is Commando VM? So Commando VM came from FireEye, or Mandiant, and it is the offensive virtual machine from them. All right, so it is their Windows version of Kali Linux. And I will post their most recent blog post about it in the description below also, so that they can give you maybe a better explanation of what it is. But essentially, anytime you're doing pen testing or anything offensive related, we tend to lean towards Linux. But when you're actually inside a corporate network, sometimes it's just easier to use the Windows tools, because guess what? If you're in a Windows environment and have access or even user credentials or admin credentials to Active Directory, there are things that just work better with Windows talking to Windows. So yes, you can set up your own tools. You can set up your own Windows 10 with RSAT tools and things like that. But this comes with everything. So not only does it have the admin tools built in because it is Windows 10, Pro, but it has a lot of other things already there. So Bloodhound and Sharphound, the executables. It has Metasploit. You can install Kali through WSL. So if you really think you need some of the tools from Linux, you can use WSL and WSL2 Linux distributions and use the tools there. So there's a lot of capabilities. So it does install Sublime. It gives you PowerShell. And if we go into this and actually look at, just go through the start menu real quick, you have OpenVPN, Pwn Passwords, NTLM, DNS Recon, and we'll expand it because, it's brand new, so it'll have everything there. WMI Implant, WMI Ops, just all these tools that allow you to do so much. So yes, I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, it's so bloated. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's bloated. It's meant for pen testers. It's meant for people that don't want to go out and have to reconfigure a distribution and make their own. It's for those that are getting started. It's for those that want to just, spin something up, have it in a virtual machine that they can take with them. There you go. All right. Now, the one thing I will tell you, and it's in my blog post, update your virtual machine. Update your Windows 10 instance completely before you install this, because it does have features and it is tested on certain distributions. I did get an error when I went to install it on mine. Well, not really an error, but a warning, because I'm running version 20H2 and it has not been tested on there yet. However, it has everything. Nishang scripts, NPS, PowerAlert, PowerPriv, PowerSploit. The list goes on. So anything that is a PowerShell script that you normally have to use PowerShell for Linux or have your own Windows and hope that it works, it's all here. And a lot of this stuff gets put into your path. So you can invoke these scripts. You can add your modules, import what you need, everything. So Commando VM is a very valuable tool. Now, again, you can put something together like this for yourself. If you have a GitHub repo and want to put your own install scripts and have something that you can set up on, in the drop of a dime, go ahead. I'm not telling you not to. And there's a lot of people out there that want to argue about using things like Kali or ParrotSec, and they want to call you a script kiddie. Look, I'm sorry. Coming from someone that does pen testing and has done pen testing for a while, coming from someone who understands how much of a bear it can be to spin up any Linux distribution, have to install your tools or write your own scripts to install tools, or even write your own scripts to begin with. I've done it. It's a pain sometimes. You don't want to have to. You want things on the fly that can just go. This VM does take a long time to install, especially on my slow internet connection, but it is worth it. All right. I've used it. I've used AD Recon. I've used the RSAT tools. I've used Nmap through here, VNC Viewer, Who Am I, all this stuff. Some of it's Linux based because WSL's here. So you get everything all in one. You don't have to use your own Windows. Now, if you have a cloud service, if you're using Azure or AWS and you have Windows and Linux and your whole cloud environment, good on you. All right, you have something set up, you can spin up in a drop of a dime. More power to you. I'm not taking that away from you. I'm not taking anything away from anybody. All I'm saying is that for people that want tools and want the ability to just spin something up and go, it's right here. All right. You want to design your own? Design your own. You only want 5 tools? Do 5 tools. You can actually set up a profile for this that you only need to install, say, 6 things. Oh, I want Commando VM, but I only want 6 things. But I like the repo because guess what? It uses Chocolatey. So you can go through there and say CINST, which if you watch the next video, I'll show you how to install Kali for Linux or for Windows Subsystem for Linux or WSL. I'll show you that next video. Don't worry, it's coming next week. So I'll show you how to install something. But it has all that. So you can go through and just like Linux where you do, and it looks for a repository. This is set up with a Chocolatey repository that looks for the FireEye applications that are for their distribution of Commando VM. And it'll install it. It'll set it all up for you. Again, I'm not taking anything away from anybody that is experienced. You want to call me a script kiddie? Go ahead. I don't care. I don't. But for anybody out there that wants another option, that maybe they love Windows, here you go. Commando VM by FireEye. And again, you want to create your own? Go ahead, download this or just look in their GitHub repo and look at what tools they installed on here. And you can pick and choose. You don't have to use Commando VM. You can just go through, pick and choose what you want, and install it into your own Windows distribution. But yes, sometimes Windows is immensely helpful. Immensely. When on a Windows network. Because you can interact with it in ways that may be a pain for some people in Linux. I've done both. I've had Linux distributions on a Windows network and been able to go through and run SMB relay and everything else. But when you want to talk to the domain, when it's not configured for Linux, dude, sometimes it's just more helpful. Plus, when it's calling out, when you're downloading things or whenever you're doing whatever, I have talked to blue teams that specifically look for when you're calling to a Kali repo, when you're calling to a ParrotSec repo. So they know, dude, they're looking for these things. When you're calling to GitHub or you're calling to, a website, maybe they're not looking for that. Maybe you can get away with it. So be cognizant of that. Understand as pen testers and red teamers, sometimes we want to be a little bit quiet and not necessarily ping every radar. One of the ways you can do it. All right? Because everything's here. Everything. From a Windows perspective. All the offensive tools that you can have on Windows that are free. Now you want to pay for some things? Go ahead. But this is open source. Pay for your Windows license. And here you go. A lot of times your companies and pen test firms will give you a Windows license. Use it here because you're probably using a Mac. A lot of us do. Not all. I'm not saying everybody does, but a lot of us do. If you're using a Mac, more than likely you can get a Windows license to run in a virtual machine. And here you go. Now they do have other virtual machines out there. More for threat hunting and blue teaming and reverse engineering malware. So they do have a few others. But this is for the offensive side. So I wanted to bring this to light because a lot of people don't know about it. You know, and again, you scroll through here, VNC Viewer, BitTorrent, KeyPass. Yes, KeyPass is here. KeyPass 2. So you can do secure passwords. So if you're getting passwords from a client, you can put them here. And guess what? If you did a snapshot before you started your engagement, when you're done, you can go back. And now those passwords are no longer there. Unless, of course, you save the database externally, then you're going to have to clear them out. But if you save everything locally, then whenever you wipe the drive or revert to snapshot, it's gone. And again, you have comments, go ahead, leave them down below. You want to know anything, read the description, read my blog, or leave your comments down below and let me know. I mean, everything is here that you will need for an offensive pen test with Windows. All right. And again, this is mainly for internal networks. All right. So if you're already on the internal net, yes, you can use it externally. I'm not telling you not to. I'm just saying a lot of what we do externally, we do through Linux. We do. We like Linux. It's easy to script and, you know, do everything we need. But if you want to use Windows, you can use this externally. You can use it internally. It's just best suited for an internal network. And again, my biggest thing with it, we'll go up here. I'll show you. 80 recon, 80 offline, 80 APE. And for Kerberoasting, it even has AS rep roast. All right. Has Bloodhound. Crack map exact. Domain password spraying. Oh, even better. For your mail servers, Mail Sniper is here. Where was it? I saw it. There's Mail Sniper. Hold on. I'll find it for you guys. There it is. There's Mail Sniper. So it has everything you need. All right. And again, Mimi Kittens, Nashang, Power Alert, Mimi Cats, both x64 and x86. It has all this stuff. Putty. So again, you can build your own virtual machines. Go ahead. You can take this one, build a profile, and say only install 10 applications or 6, whatever you mostly use. It can be bloated. Don't get me wrong. It's just a base Windows install with all the stuff, you know, all the scripts and stuff. But it's not guaranteed to be bloated. Maybe it's something you want to play with everything. Maybe it's something you just want to play with. Go ahead and play with it. All right, guys. I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome that someone finally did this, and they did it. I think this is about 2 years old now, a year or two. I'm only just now getting around to really playing with it. So I hope you enjoy this video. Catch me next week when we discuss how to install Kali in Windows Subsystem for Linux through here, because it's not the way you think. And other than that, enjoy your Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I hope to catch you all next time.